Hi guys, it's still winter as you can see, so let's do something for winter. Let's configure the most practical winter car I could think of. As you see it's again a Porsche, but today we're gonna focus on your SUV and a more sportier version than I would guess the new Macan is, and a more practical because it's bigger, it got more space for your skis or snowboards, so you can do a trip to the mountains. Let's configure the Cayenne. You got two options, the Cayenne normal SUV form or the Cayenne as a coupe. I would choose the coupe version because it's the better looking one, I would say, and it also got the better packages. You can choose those different motors. They basically have the same ones, only that the Cayenne has a bigger upgrade for the special one, for the high end level, because the Cayenne Turbo GT isn't allowed in the European Union, or is it just some countries? I don't know. It's banned in Germany and in most European countries because of those emissions it had. So Porsche came up with a solution for that. Instead of making a new Turbo GT like they did for the US and other countries, they made the Turbo GT package. They got the normal e-hybrids. For the basic ones, it's always a better upgrade, I think. It's better fuel consumption, better acceleration, and it's also cheaper with taxes because for the normal ones in Germany you pay around 600 or 800 euros in taxes every year, and for the highest one, which is a hybrid, you pay only 80 euros. So you save up 90% of your taxes just because you choose the hybrid. You save fuel, get a better acceleration, and all that just because you want a sportier car, you want a faster car, you want a car with more horsepower. It's the best version I think you could choose. So you got the Cayenne S, you got a S hybrid, and then already there's no GTS right now. It's just a Turbo E hybrid, which is the top model. It costs around 180,000 euros. It's the best option, I think, because the other option you could choose would be the Cayenne Turbo E hybrid with GT package. You don't need to choose it at first because you can choose it later on when configuring it. It's basically just an option. It gives you 0.1 seconds of faster acceleration. And the only thing I think it's there that you don't get it is the faster top speed because you get 10 kilometers an hour faster top speed. You can go over 300, you go 305. So I think you should choose the Cayenne Turbo E hybrid coupe. You can build your own, and yeah, the options you can choose are basically the same as most Porsche models you get. You got those standard colors again. You got your blues. I still want those blues. But for the Cayenne, I would choose something different. Yeah, you got crayon like on every Porsche. It's still, I think, the most seen color right now, despite those standard blacks, whites, and dark grays. I also like the reds, but I still don't like it for all season driving. I would choose a paint to sample color for this car, and this would be kind of a silver because I really like those classic silver on those cars. Also, Tornado Gray, I think it's more like a silver. I would choose a paint to sample color for the Cayenne because I think it looks way better in something like that is almost a basic color because it's a silver and not even that much of a special silver, but I just like it a lot. And it's the Tornado Gray. It's a gray, but for me it looks more like a silver. And with some options I would choose, you will see how much better it could look on that car. You got those standard rims, you got those classic Cayenne ones. And then you got two options down here that you only can choose with the Turbo GT package, which you can look at. So now you have to choose the Turbo GT package versions you want. You can choose your center tailpipes with dark bronze or with tailpipes in silver. Let's just do it for one try right now so you can see it. Those are the wheels, they look super. You got those center tailpipes, they are so nice looking. They obviously are for a GT, like the name says. They did it so well. I always think it's like a GT3, just with 4 doors and way more space. But with those center tailpipes, there comes one big downside, and I think that's the biggest downside you could have on this car. You get this carbon roof. It looks good, but I don't know why you would choose it, because it makes this car feel so much more packed in and dark inside. I think a Cayenne is a car you drive daily or on road trips, or if you want to go to the mountains to go skiing, you drive it for a very, very long time, and therefore it should need air and feel breathy. And with this roof, you got this car. Let's just focus on the dark roof. It's so dark up here. It's all black, and you just feel enclosed to it. It can be nice feeling close to the car, but I don't think it's the right choice for a car you want to take on road trips. On the other hand side, you get those houndstooth seats, and I would love those. They are so good looking. They are those classic race car seats, those classic old sports car seats. They look amazing. I would always choose those. If you can add the options for those, choose them. For 911, choose them. You get them with the sports heritage package there. For the Cayenne, I would choose them, but you can choose them with the roof. And I want to take my Cayenne on road trips. I want to take it for longer trips. If it would be a 911 and it had this carbon roof, I couldn't re-option. I don't care. It's a sports car. But the Cayenne is for me a practical car, an everyday car you take on longer trips, and therefore I would want this car to feel airy and breathe in it, not feel enclosed. So just one short look at the seats, and they sadly need to go because I don't want this roof. This roof just makes the car so close. Just for the moment now, let's keep those wheels. Just keep them. You can also choose the performance tires. I don't know why it's that necessary, because it's an everyday car. You don't go on the track with it. With the Turbo GT package, you can't choose different seats. It's always gonna do those things, and you need to change your trim, because with the Turbo GT package, you only get those seats. Let's just choose some seats. I would choose, you got those nice looking green ones. I would choose the sports exhaust system in dark bronze. It's just the darker color. I don't like the chrome ones. It just looks, I think, better than those silver ones. Yeah, and then you can choose your interior trim. I don't know if you want to choose a wooden trim, glossy, or in satin, leather, and the interior in silver. I don't really like the silver interiors. It just looks like plastic, even though it probably ain't silver. So I wouldn't choose the glossy carbon fiber interior. And for the wheels, I would choose the bigger ones because it's a big SUV and you need some bigger wheels. You only got glossy wheels, sadly. And also I would choose the carbon fiber design package because it just looks more sporty. When we don't get the sport package with the Turbo GT, then we should check the carbon package. And now we got those changes. The green seats, I think they look super. I think they look great. And now you can already see why I would choose this without the Turbo GT package. You got the sunroof all the way back here to your C pillar. It's going so further back. You got so much air in the car. It's just feeling lighter and more fresh and more light flooded. It just looks so much better. And you also get those neodyne packages. They look cool, but I think the red doesn't match with the neodyne nor the gold. The purple looks really good, I think. I really like purples. I don't know why. I just like them at cars right now. I like them as a paint for the exterior, and I also like them for the seats. It's just something. Yeah, it's still not too flashy or it's not too loud. It's just it's cool and it's okay. It's a color, but it's almost like it's a dark black. Just do it in a basic black one. The black matching with the gold there and keeping it simple. And those would be the seats with the Turbo GT package, so you need to change everything again. So staying with the car, always I would choose the normal seats because the sport seats, I think the sport seats are the normal seats for a Porsche. I don't get why you need the comfort seats. The comfort seats gets you the massage function. Massage functions, I think, would be super cool if they had it for the sports seats because they look so much worse or not so sporty like the Porsche should look. And I don't get it why they need to change the seats for that so much. The sports seats are comfortable. Those lines here, they look so much more sporty than other seats, than the comfort seats. Exterior packages, and there you see it, we already got the carbon design package. And one thing that always is a good reselling point for your car, because somebody probably wants to tow, and I would choose the door handles painted in black on this car, because I think it looks good on the silver. Makes a nice accent for the car, breaks the body down, gives it a new line here. I think it looks better. I would always choose the dynamic chassis control. It just makes the car more controllable. You can choose your difference. Every time choose the sport chrono package, faster acceleration, faster time, always looks better. Then you could choose your other tailpipes. With bigger cars, I would always choose rear axle steering. It just makes it so much easier to park this car. It's a big car. It's nice to handle, but it's not the easiest car to park in tighter parking spaces in cities. I would choose the tinted rear lights because I think it looks also like the brakes, it looks cleaner. Removes this red line, your red braking light. Heated windshield is always practical. Always take the insulated glasses. Sound insulation would be very much better. So noise cancelling for the glasses, and of course it should be privacy glasses. I don't like it when you have a clear glass in the back. You can choose some different stitching, but that's gonna be too long for this video. You can choose your steering wheel to have carbon fiber, like I just choose it right now. And I think it's looking way better than the standard black one. It's just feeling nicer when you handle it and when you drive it. And what's the thing you see most about your car? Your steering wheel. You sit in it, you drive it. You're always gonna look on it, and therefore it should be with carbon fiber, I think. Yeah, I don't know why you can choose it in white roof lining. It's just always gonna be white. I don't really know. I would choose it really black, this car. Something I always like is the Porsche logo down here. And something I also like about cars, if they have it, a fire extinguisher. You never know and you never want to need it, but if you should ever need a fire extinguisher, it's nice to have and it's always going to be helpful for those situations that you don't want to have it. It's going to be a long trip, take your night vision assistance, your lane assistance, and also your parking assistance. All going to be practical, useful things you could need on your road trip or in daily life. The head-up display also gets a useful side effect. It gives the car a new line on the dashboard it takes the dashboard higher because there's going to be this display and the technical stuff for that. And so you get a little bit of an visibility or sunlight protection for your driving gauges. Porsche entry, something I wouldn't choose because of this note that it's riding down here. So basically it makes the car easier to steal. Yeah, it's giving you more comfort. You can go to your car with your keys in your pocket and you don't need to press the key, but what do you have from this 1 second? It's just something practical but also not protected enough. It's too easy to steal your car, I think. You don't need it. I think it's just not needed. It's more of a nice to have, but nice if it would be safer. On the other hand side, soft closed doors or something nice. Air quality system as always. 4-zone temperature control, also better. Electric sunlights, nice to have, not especially necessary. For the infotainment, because it's gonna be a road trip car, I would take the passenger display. If it wouldn't be for that, I would take it more clean, silver, black, just basic. Then I would also take the better sound system. The part I wonder about is why it's gonna be silver, because in the Taycan you do it in neodyme as well, so it matches the interior. Even though I would use the passenger display, I wouldn't choose the rear seat entertainment because it costs around 1,700 euros, and I'm not gonna need it as much as I'm gonna have a passenger. I'm not gonna have those many passengers in the back that I think maybe the next buyer, they have kids and they're gonna need it more often than I'm gonna use it. I would always build in the preparation. You see those two latches here. Put a display in there. They can buy it from Porsche, but I don't need it, so I'm gonna choose the cheaper 300 euro option than choose the passenger displays. And as always mentioned, choose the delivery at a factory. So that's my version of the Porsche Cayenne Turbo e-hybrid Coupé. I would configure it like that. Right now, maybe a bit biased because of too many old James Bond movies. I would want it. Yeah, and I'm kind of into silvers right now. Classic, always good looking, and always with the panoramic roof. I never choose it with a black interior because I think the black interior makes it classic for a long time. Neodyme, something more modern. And if you want to see it on yourself, check out this code and you can, change some things or order it like that. See you next time. Bye bye. Cut.